Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vesta Angels. This is going to be your reading for April the 1st, 2025. I hope everybody is well. All right. So, I got a possible two titles for you today. They just came to me. One of them could be Surprise, okay? And then the other one could be What Do You Want, okay? So, you pick and choose. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna do y'all a all zodiac sign reading Friday. Let's save it for that day, and let's just do. I didn't put an energy check in. Just checking in on the energy to see what's going on. Um, Remember, always come back and watch this or listen to it when things start to unfold for you. It may not be happening right now, but y'all know my readings are foresight. Okay, see there? Having patience and King of Swords. Like, what do you want? Hey, hey Chantel, how are you? How you doing? Actually, I'm just getting in not too long ago. So, patience to the Three of Wands. You could also be having, trying to keep your temper right now. Like all of the past readings, all of March, February, I've been telling you about. Yeah, I'm good, Chantel. I'm pretty good. Actually, I'm a lot better than I thought I would be with all these transitionings going on. I hope that you all are doing well also. I pretty feel that most of y'all are handling um the all the transitions that's going on in Pisces. Now, for the people who do not know, I do sidereal, Vedic or Jasti on my channel, not tropical or Western. So tropical Western would probably no, not probably. They would say everything right now is transitioning in Aries, but it's a huge difference of Aries than Pisces. Um, Aries would be more of a fresh beginning, a new start, and you would feel that right now people don't feel a new start, a new beginning. So you would be like the Three of Wands that you've seen, a sense of expectation, like, well, I'm watching these readings and they're saying that this, and this, but I don't intuitively feel that. So something is off, right? Yeah, trying to definitely keep your temper up under control. Like I told y'all in the reading, what was it, last night or the night before? I lost my temper. It wasn't with a lover or a mate because I don't have any of those, but it was with a family member. So, um, but my patience and my temperament had been under control for a very while, a long while, and it I didn't lose my temper. It was just a little arguing and back and forth and things like that. But other than that, the things that's going on in Pisces, you actually feel that right now. And that's the main reason why I'm so glad that I was introduced or decided to learn on my own. Paying attention to a couple of people who I call my guru, whether they're called themselves that or not. That is kind of how I would listen to them and self taught. Not everything, but good enough to spark even more of my intuitive sense to be able to um, give y'all more detailed messages. Um, what I say here is coming from me, but far as learning the transits and what they mean and things like that is where I learn um, from spiritual teachers or gurus that's more experienced in Jasti than I am, but I'm learning. I really would love to see 20 years of this, of Jasti learning up under my belt, including with these divination, because these are just cards, right? They're paper. They don't really work without the reader, and each reader is different. And of course, each reader will see different things in here. So, um, I'm glad decided to receive and open up, if you want to call it a gift, or my journey, my path, it totally changed who I was, into even a more higher spirituality type of learning and knowing. I wasn't a bad person or anything, but I surely more had a temper though. Only what people would trigger me, but I don't even think that changed. It really have to trigger me for me to react. Um, but sometimes people are just ignorant. People are just stupid. I always tend to try and overlook it. But when it comes, too much into my inner space, I still have to say something, you know, to an effect like, hey, get back. I'm not trying to argue or debate with you. I really don't even want to have a conversation. So a lot of you also could be going through those issues, and that's the transitions that's happening in Pisces right now. Saturn is there, is retrograde. Saturn is a discipline type of energy. And being in an eclipsed house or an ending house, people are going to have that tug and pull. That tug and pull can be triggering. The triggering can spark, these heated debates and words exchanged, and protest and things like that. So this is why you see a lot of this anguish, anger, bitterment, um, type of things that's going on, you know, like end this person, sabotage this, destruct this, destruction and things like that. This is why you see, and some of you are sitting back like, why are these people acting like this? Is it really that serious, or you know is it more of you looking at that person or those people like, what is it within you that is making you so angry, or are you really resisting change? A lot of it can be because people don't want to be disciplined. They want to be how they are, and they don't want to they want to allow things to stay the same. Now, it don't really have to be about politics. It could be everyday life. It could be in relationships. It could be with parenting. It can be in a marriage, right? Have you ever been dating somebody or married to somebody, and you tell your mate, we need to talk, and they may huff and puff and get an attitude, and it's like, wouldn't you want to talk to better our relationship, or you just want to let stuff stay under the rug and not speak on it? You see what I'm saying? That's that type of energy right now, and a lot of people don't like it. hmm Five of Pentacles. A lot of people, you'll be surprised, is very comfortable in a Five of Pentacles, um, because a lot of people prefer to struggle, because they can either continue to get what they need from other people or other people resources. Because the Five of Pentacles, you have to do the work as discipline to get out of this sense of codependency. You understand what I mean? And that codependency could be anything. Continuing to save your money so you don't have to catch a ride with somebody or use somebody else's transportation or some type of transportation service. If your license is suspended or something like that, or if you haven't paid insurance or tag or a ticket off, right? That is discipline, where you have to do what you need to do and go take care of that, so you will have a license so that you will be able to drive. And I'm just using that as an example, right? But apply that to parenting and relationships and marriages, political views, um, whatever, right? Anything and everything around the world. People a lot of times stay in that energy of Five of Pentacles longer than they actually need to. They get very comfortable, where that they don't initiate that spark or change or have that expectation. The Three of Wands that we're seeing here, that sense of optimism. Why would they? Because they know that either their spouse, a family member, or if they're a child or a grown child, okay, and still going to parents and things like that for all of their needs, of course they're going to stay comfortable in the Five of Pentacles, because the Five of Pentacles is um, a person following another person, following their lead, and whatever that they come up on, they're going to help to assist the other person that's following them in the cold and the snow, right? But you're very intelligent. You understand what I mean. So Venus is retrograde right now. Look at there. A change is coming. A change is going to come anyway. So it's the discipline that is coming in that is making people feel more outraged. They're feeling a sense of fear. They're feeling a sense of unrootedness. Where that, well, I've been getting everything for free, so what am I supposed to do now? And you look at the person like, well, you can do what you need to do like I do and provide for yourself and your family, or have more optimism and get it out the mud, babe. you know Again, I'm just using examples. Apply this to anything or whatever that's going on particularly in your life. um but change is always going to come, whether people are ready for it. Some are ready for it. You understand? So some people are waiting for, if you want to say, their luck. It's their time on the wheel to receive. Um, and we all get it. Okay, there's no judgment here. All of us has been at the bottom of the wheel, Five of Pentacles, and then at some point of time you're at the top of the wheel where you're receiving, right? And it keeps going on and on and on in a circle because it's a wheel, right? So if you have been struggling financially, um, what they say, robbing Peter to pay Paul, managing this, managing that, you know, um, trying to figure things out, things are going to get better. They always do. You don't never stay in that energy. You can look back at your life a lot of times where you were down, and then all of a sudden some type of blessings or some type of fortune came through for you. And due to your faith or your religious denomination or whatever it is, you be like, yeah, see, now I'm doing better. Everything is good. And then it can be, a snap of a finger because you mismanaged some money, or some of you may have got fired or let go or resigned or switched jobs that paid more or less money, you know? So, different things for everybody, different relationships, good and bad, correct? Five of Pentacles also to the Three of Cups. Some of you are realizing who your friends are. And that's because Saturn has now left Aquarius and now is in Pisces. Again, Vedic sidereal, not tropical or Western. Okay? So some of you are tired of giving your friends money, looking out for family members, right? Some of you are saying, look, I can't even go out right now. I can't do a lot of things that I used to do, whether it can be from pedicures, manicures, getting a fill in, getting your nails done, um, some type of luxury, you know, doing VIP out in the club, going for drinks after work, ordering food service to your door. Some of you have had to cut back on a lot of things. Also declining invitations. Well, I can't really go to the baby shower because I don't really, what I want to give them, I can't afford that right now. So I might as well just don't go because I don't want to go with a cheap gift. Or if you do go with a lower cost gift, it's kind of like you're going to feel like you shortchanged the person, or you're going to feel out of place, right? Like you're gonna have to budget your money just to attend a wedding, a baby shower, somebody's birthday party, an anniversary, or if this is for you, You may have to do lesser for your birthday or your anniversary. You may not be able to travel or do a group trip, a girls trip, or a couple of y'all guys. You go to the casino or whatever it is. You know, things have been a sense of displacement. But there's the courage, like I was talking about, the Queen of Wands energy. A lot of things are going to change when Rahu and Ketu does move to Leo and Aquarius. It is still in Pisces and Virgo right now, and it will be moving the end of May, the last week of May. So you will be accepting more, be more of an attendance, going out, attending events, having fun, a sense of celebration, your creativity. You're going to be back looking good, smelling good. Some of you are going to be buying some new spring outfits and clothing and things like that. Also can be meeting also new people. Okay? Remember that Leo is a dating house. Some of you, I hear you also will be planning your first baby shower for the people who can and does want more children. Now, the six is caught on this citrine here, clear quartz. Six of Swords in the upright for me is not talking to somebody. Most people read the Six of Swords in the upright and say, yes, you're moving on, and they say that because two people are in the boat. I don't take that from them by saying this, but for me, the Six of Swords in the upright is that you're not talking, because whoever this is sitting inside of the boat, obviously they're not saying anything. Their head is bent down, and they are trying to escape or to leave whatever area that was over here and going toward another destination. This is the person that is guiding them because they are maneuvering the boat. This person may not even know this person. They also do have a child here. Um, but if you look at this, these are a lot of mental uh, reflections. Okay? These are a lot of thoughts. This also can be a lot of conversation that has been previously had, and that can be the argument, the fight, the debate that some of you will have or you already had. This can be weeks and or months ago. This could be last year, the year before. You figure out what is it for you. But this also is the return of somebody. This is what I hear right now. Remember, I told you to pick your title. Either what do you want or celebration. I don't see the celebration right now. Again, even Venus is not going to have a celebration. Not while she's retrograde. Now, she will be retrograde up until April the 12th. So you got about uh, 10, 11 more days, give or take or two, um, before she moves. So some of you may be experiencing a reconciliation, or you may actually exchange some thoughts, words, communication with somebody, but it's not, or it was not what you thought it was going to be. Okay? Some of you expected more discipline or an apology, um, a healing of sorts. Now, if this hasn't happened, like I said, the time is still there, and we just had an eclipse the other day. So again, I always caution you, don't expect much. Pay attention to what you need to do right now. If you're really longing to reconcile or reconnect with somebody, Three of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune showed itself, okay? It will happen. It will happen if it's meant to happen. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. But if that person is destined for you, then it will happen. Everything will work out. It don't need your help. Okay? It don't need your guidance. Things continue to fall into place all over the world when it's proper timing. This has been happening before you were born. Okay? So believe in fate. So many people are so programmed or continue to want to be programmed to believe in other people more than they believe in faith, religion, and fate. Because what if you help, okay, to get this situation back together with somebody? It can be love, it can be a marriage, a reconciliation. So we decided not to get divorced or something like that, to stick it out, to reconcile and talk things out. Or this also can be some of you coming from a situation where the person ghosted you. It was mad, disrespectful words and conversation that was had, because you have to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you go from one sword all the way up to 6. That's a lot. I don't know if you're really paying attention to what I'm saying. That is a lot. That is a lot of mental anguish. That is a lot also that can turn into anxiety and stress, worryation, disgruntlement. I'm using all type of words today. Okay, heartbreak, silence, ghosting, disrespecting, a disconnect. I keep trying to put your 3 of swords in the upright. But if you allow, or this happens too fast for you, this 3 of swords will go back in the upright. Okay? Because it's not time, or either it's not meant. Celebration, or what do you want? And you pick the title. Again, your reflection as sorts, right? Mercury is retrograde. We say this all the time, especially if you are familiar with my channel. Anytime we are in Mercury retrograde, I tell you to rethink, recalculate, redo, re-strategize, replan, reflect, all of the REs, right? So your contemplation right now is, should I reinvest? Because you don't know, 3 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, what we've seen, what will be the next go round on the Wheel of Fortune. Will it be the same? But some of you see that it will be the same. Okay? So this is where we go into me talking about the discipline of Saturn. Saturn has showed you and taught you the lesson. But some people don't want to see it. They want to continue to struggle, fight, argue, be displaced, have financial challenges, have a sense of feeling left out in the cold, a sense of abandonment, because you also can look at this as a card of abandonment. Because the lady and the child is leaving for some type of reason. Was it an argument, a fight? Was it a abandonment, ghosting? And he or she, whoever, finally decided to leave because most likely the other person was not talking. They weren't doing nothing. So how long were you going to continue to sit there and to allow a person to disrespect you and cause heartbreak? Now, for some of you, again, this may not be recently, because the 7 of Pentacles also can be a very lengthy time, at least a year or more. Okay? Some of you, it could have been 7 years. 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe. Some of you 6, 3. Page of Pentacles also is in reverse. Like I said, you're not going to get the apology. And I'm not fussing, I just talk very directly. Um, I'm not fussing, okay? I'm just projecting my voice. Plus, I got the heater on right next to me, so it is loud to me, so I don't know quite if y'all can hear it, but I'm not fussing, okay? Um, Actually, I'm a person that don't talk very loud, but for whatever reason, um, this is a channel, so I try to, speak out louder. But anywho, Page of Wands in reverse, you ain't even getting no hookups out this person. Kick them to the curb. No, I'm just playing. No attention. You're not giving no attention. They're not giving no attention to you. No apologies from you or the person. You probably ain't even seeing them. Okay. They could be at a distance, or somebody is getting ready to try to shorten the distance. Page of Pentacles is also an offer. So if you're not offering anything and they're not offering anything, no time, money, or energy, okay? Or you just don't have the strength. I believe you just don't have the strength, and also the physical or the mental, because of everything that's going on in Pisces. Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Rahu is there, okay? Mars is direct in Gemini, the house of communication. K2 is in Virgo, but Jupiter is still direct in Taurus. So that's where that sense of optimism is coming from. Your second house of wanting something stable, still feeling, um, yeah, optimistic that one day or something good is coming. And I want you to hold on to that, because it is. A change is going to happen. My deck is not reversed, but everything is in reverse. Like I just said, it's only three. And then we just had an eclipse. You might as well call that retrograde too, because an eclipse is eclipse or reversed, to take something away, to go backwards, right? So I reminded you in the other video that the eclipse will last up until September, before you can be able to replant your seeds, a sense of investment. Um, Unfortunately, to straighten some things out. You also have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So be very careful, y'all, because it is somebody who is jealous. Look at that. I told you my deck is not in reverse. I already gave you the reading, because y'all know I channel, right? I tell y'all everything as the cards or before the cards come out. There's nothing new here for Vesta, right? Knight of Swords in reverse. Somebody want to find something to pick at and something to say. This is also, some of you will be finding out deception and lies. Safety and comfortable. Divine timing. But I asked you, did you believe in fate? Believe in the right timing. And this is grass is greener possibilities. Hopefully that y'all are, sometimes you have to go with the flow, that things may be actually greener on the other side. Your Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You can't get no more grass is greener than that. So it's also telling you that, this could be a job, a relationship, a person you're dating, something that you keep reinvesting into. Also definitely can be conversation, you know. Your conversation is very much as important as your time and your money. because conversation come from your heart, right? We speak with our heart. That's why I say when a lot of people get into fight and argument, it comes from the heart. It's not coming from the mind. hmm Because they finally say whatever they finally want to say. How does that happen? Because they've been thinking about it over and over and over again, and it's been resting in their heart. I ain't gonna lie to you now. Hurting, agonizing pain in reverse. Some of you, this could just be one situation. It don't have to be everything that's going on in your life. Maybe you're fine. Maybe it's just one particular incident. For some people, it can be multiple. We got social media keeping tabs. So somebody may have blocked somebody or was watching readings or hey Miss Linda. And thank you, Chantel. You said definitely, huh? Have y'all noticed how the reading has kind of changed from the past 5 months of the King of Pentacles kept coming out? And I was talking about the masculines that are changing or needing to change, and it's imperative that they do. Have y'all noticed that? How the men, and I've been said this last year, before the TikTok trend, and how the men's, if you watch maybe social media platforms, um, how the men have now started, the masculines have now started talking different and acting different. I've been saying this since what, summer of last year, going no, right before the holidays. So probably about September, October. I've been saying it. Now you see how the masculines are being more outspoken, how they're saying this and saying that. You have a lot of more masculines now that are standing firm. They're being more in their masculine energy. Right before the spring and summer, it was the simps, or oh, you know what that mean? I mean, not mean, but they was calling men simps or something like that. Where did that trend go? Social media. You don't hear that trend or divine feminines now calling men simps. They're wondering, like, why now are you not going to take care of me and spend money on me, and why are you trying to abandon me and leave me? Again, it could be due to codependence. Now, I'm not saying you, but you may notice it with friends or somebody you're a neighbor to, because you be all in their business watching what's going on. I know you do. This could be a family member. Masculines now are breaking up with divine feminines when usually it was more the other way around, because a lot of them are stepping into their emperor role. Now, I'm not saying you have to agree, I'm not saying all of them. But then it is also a change of within you of what you were or used to be attracted to. A lot of you are not attracted to that type of energy or person anymore. Because the grass could be actually greener. Possibility. Because at some point of time, you know, loving the bad boy image, and that's the type of man you're looking for, and it turn you on because they cuss and fuss and drink theirself up under a table and it's cute, and where has that gotten you so far? Because a lot of divine feminines are being left because either the masculines are getting unalived, they're being left with child or children, because of the street life, which is nothing new. But as you know, things have gotten worse over the past 10, 20 years. What is this? Some of silence, no contact. Um, when I say a change is happening within you, I mean that what you used to find attractive and what you used to want and invest into, that's going to change. It is changing. Whether it's in your love relationship, unfortunately, marriages, you're seeing a lot of y'all celebrities getting divorced, and um, rappers and singers and all type of people, you know, all the way down to newscasters, politicians, all type of stuff going on. So when I do these readings, it's not just about you. It's pretty much what you're also seeing in social media. In divine timing, or continued divine timing, a lot of things are going to continue to be exposed. Now, I've been also wanting to do a reading. Um, Look at there. More heartbreak and shattered, also in reverse. Music in reverse, no harmony, no sense of inspiration. Ex lover, old spark. Six of Swords in reverse. And this reading can just be the other person that you used to think about, is thinking about, third party interference. Bottom of the deck is marriage and sacred union. You do already have the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay. So some people may actually be looking and still wanting marriage in your divine timing. Okay. That grass is going to be greener on that side. If you don't feel it or don't believe in that type of union anymore, it's still possible. It's still on your table for divine timing, whether you believe it or not. Um, you have healed, for the people who I'm talking to right now, where that you're not in that type of agonizing pain anymore, where you cannot be in a union with somebody. Now, you may still be hurt from or by other situations that may have happened in your life that have shattered you. Um, and this is why you're still very silent, and you don't respond to people that may reach out to you on social media, whether it's friends, family, or somebody that interested in you. You may don't use social media at all or as much. um, you haven't been posting, really. Okay, you haven't been keeping up with that. You just haven't even been feeling the inspiration to. A lot of these people now that have been running their mouth on social media outlets, they're going to start quieting their self, because they have been actually doing more harm than good to their self. But they thought they were being more inspirational to be able to keep themselves safe and comfortable, also most likely in their job position, but it's backfiring. um and the reason is somebody's going to have an ex-lover to come back from the past, and is going to expose somebody on social media here. I don't know who it is, but I'm hearing a politician. That's what I'm hearing in my mind. This also is going to be an ex-lover for some of you that is going to say something, gonna cause some type of drama um in your marriage here, unfortunately. Why you cannot have a stable relationship with somebody or the person you're thinking about is because they're still having this interference with another person or several people. So this is why there is still no contact, no apology. This is why you're not having date nights or one night stands. Um, Somebody, if you are married, unfortunately, is going to reach out to an ex lover because they still have a spark. They're hoping that divine timing is still there for them and that the grass is still greener to feel comfortable or safe. Can also be conversation. Look at there, the lovers, but I doubt it. I'm telling you, now y'all see how I just switched talking about an ex lover, and the first card I pull is the lover's card. So that can conclude that Vesta know what she talking about. Okay? I'm not saying that you're wanting an ex lover. Some people do, a lot of people don't. Uh, but you do have, like I said, a new lover coming in. Moment to moment, divine timing, step by step. It's gonna be on you as your moment to moment or step by step. Um, but if both of you are willing participants and have that sense of inspiration for a union or being together, don't have to have the title of marriage. You know, people are different. Some people don't want to get the government involved because that's exactly what marriage is in nowadays society. It's not like how it used to be. Uh, when you do get married, you're putting the government into your marriage because they want to know how you're going to file your taxes, how much income you're bringing into the house, how much they're going to be able to tax you and your spouse, how many dependents that you have. This is why you have to sign documents when you get married, okay? And you have to get permission from a judge. So, marriage is not as sacred union as it used to be. Is more political, governmental, and also paperwork. So that's why a lot of people don't like it, don't want it. But you can have a sacred union between two people and file individual taxes, allegedly. All right, let's move on. You didn't hear that from me. Projection and rebirth. Remember, I just told you that Rahu K2 is moving into Leo May 27th or May 29th. Sooner or later, this projection or this seeing yourself in somebody else is going to come to an end because you're having, yeah, see, comparison, you're having a rebirth. So you're going to stop that, okay? Because your consciousness is being aligned with a higher self and a higher purpose. Thank you. Thank you, guys. My gods. Let's throw you out of Oracle real quick. So everything is going to start going to a yes from no or nothing or nothingness. Okay? You have been receiving nothing or the word no from a person. Can be somebody specifically. Can also be to job applications for some of you that are looking. But at any moment now, you will receive it. Okay? Divine timing. It also can be third party interference. Don't have to be like a lover when it comes to a job. Can be for somebody out there, but more of political tape or um, a lot of jobs now are using like app as temporary people to fill in positions for a certain amount of money. I know sometimes I work off like different work apps where you go on the app and you pick a job and you go to it and you wear all black or something like that. Y'all know about that stuff, right? So that could be a third party interference of why certain companies are not hiring right now. They need more of fill-ins than truly hiring somebody as a full staff until there's really no more third party interference. So it don't always have to be like other lovers and things like that. Okay, let me throw y'all out of oracle. This was really more of an energy check-in almost, but remember your title was celebration or asking somebody, what do you want? So some of you may end up having a conversation. I really don't feel these because of the way that they came out. Peace and listen though. Okay, some of y'all may still have a spark for an old lover. That's okay, but you still know it's a lot of stuff going on with them, third party. I think that most of y'all know that they have not gave up that other lover, not yet. But divine timing also will be interfering into that situation as a third party. But about time you get what you're doing and where you're going, you're not even gonna want that anymore. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. You got something way better. Okay? Something way more interesting, but you're gonna have to ebb and flow, and you're gonna have to go with the flow. That's like you can't have a stopped up sink but still trying to use the sink. The sink has to have flowing ebb and water, right? The water has to go down the drain. We all know what a stopped up, look at her volvality. Oh my gosh, it's about to be another volcano eruption. There go your Mercury retrograde card. Some of y'all also can be Gemini. Who else we have here? I'm also seeing Scorpio when I'm looking at that volcano. We got Libra here. Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Sag, Pisces, Capricorn, Taurus. Definitely don't have to be a sun sign. Oh, Cancer. Somebody is about to speak their mind very quickly. Okay. Um Remember I just showed you those cards of peace and listen. Some of you can actually be very peaceful and just listen to what the person got to say. Some of you may choose not to and may actually be very upset, lose your patience, what we seen early on when me cutting and shuffling the deck, um, and continue to go with your own flow. Now, I do see, unfortunately, some type of volcano here that is a very a large body of water, some ocean. So I don't know if that's like over there in Hawaii, the Philippines, like way over there. Now, of course, there's volcanoes all over the world, but it is something that's going to erupt here. Okay. Um, and it's also going to be somebody's emotions. This also, unfortunately, can be a violent outburst. So be very careful about who you're around. Don't try to instigate anything. Okay. Don't allow yourself also to get yourself involved. Be mindful and mindfulness of what you say, because it may not change anything. And it's definitely not going to change this person's mind. Divine timing has to work on that. The divine itself needs to work on that, not you. So, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Be careful what you're investing your mindfulness in, your time, your money, your energy. Um, because this also can backfire, especially if this person is an ex-lover. Some of you, if you are a lover to somebody, they may all of a sudden break up with you. And you may have no choice but, of course, go with the flow. Or some of you um, may be this lover and you may all of a sudden break up with somebody because of your mindfulness. You're just moment to moment away from doing this or being involved in this. This also can be a outburst or a huge fight as an ex-lover comes back to want to be back with somebody, but discovers that they're now interested in somebody else as a new lover. So this person is going to explode. Okay? Because in their mind, they're doing a lot of comparison. Somebody here does not want to change, or they don't want to compromise. You see, the tree trunk, that's not going to bend, it has to break. A rebirth, right? But the bamboo is flexible. Comparison, um, flexibility, a sense of listening, not really a sense of projection. Projection is how arguments and things start. But, you know, yeah, because somebody's perception that somebody don't want or want to be around them, don't like them, and it's going to cause them to act. And this can be you, because it's time for you to charge forward. When you combine action with unwavering faith, the power of your grace is going to meet that need. And that need is going to be you loving yourself and understanding that you're seeing the past now through the lens of grace. The lens of grace is the divine timing for you. That's why you must continue to ebb and flow. Because how many times does divine timing got to keep coming around to open up that door, that portal, or whatever you want to call it, for you to make the move and to charge forward at the right time for the best results? This is why a lot of people get stuck in situations, miss job opportunities. Unfortunately, a lot of people also miss blessings because of who and what they're tied up with. Okay? You also have to remember, before I let you go, just because you want to be with somebody, it doesn't mean that your divine timing, your safety, your comfortness, your prosperity and abundance is supposed to be with that person. So you also are missing out on divine blessings because you are in something with somebody who's supposed to be an ex-lover and not your married person, and or vice versa. You ever know somebody that stuff don't ever go right for them, but they're always with that same girl or same dude and don't nothing change for them? But you have moved on. You probably don't got a new apartment, a new house, a new car. You done been on vacations. You done did this. You done did that. But that one person is still stuck with that person. Ain't nothing changed for them in their life. They're still asking for handouts. They still going through the same old motion because they want to keep that same person with them. Could be for intimacy, could be because they scam together, could be because they do street paraphernalia together, or they drink well together, but don't nothing change for neither one of them. And it's because that person is not supposed to be with that person according to their destiny. So they chose their destiny. Okay? It also is called destiny swapping. hmm And please don't be a victim of somebody swapping your destinies for you. Because anytime you make a decision, that affects your fate. Every time. It affects your fate. And you will end up being fated, stuck in something where you will not receive favor. Okay? Especially materially. Now you may continue to get favor in life, but if you're constantly doing street paraphernalia, getting drinking all the time and affecting your health, and one thing leads to another, then you're changing and you're affecting your destiny, and the person you got right beside you is helping you to do it. Okay? So you just swapped out your destiny and you changed it all based on your decisions. All right, I see y'all in the next one.